We've always found the Forza series to be somewhat of a quaint franchise. Often the series has delivered a fantastic roster of cars, arguably providing a greater selection than its closest competitors. Players have had access to more tuning options than they could shake a gear stick at, along with a diverse range of customization options like decal creation. Add a dedicated community to the mix, a strong online component with regular DLC support, and it's clear to see why the brand is a tempting proposition to any racing fan. However, an area which has continually failed to placate our inner petrol head is the actual driving simulation itself. Such a statement is guaranteed to anger dedicated Forza enthusiasts who will undoubtedly reference the real-time tire deformation, the multitude of clever trickery that happens beneath the hood, or perhaps scold us with accusations that we may drive with too many assists enabled. All of these points would be valid, though we drive with almost every assist off. Yet time after time we were left firmly with the impression that the previous iteration of the franchise, Forza 3, was a sheep in wolf's clothing. The power, the engine sounds, the looks, and a vast array of options were all there, but when it came down to the actual racing, the sense of speed was unconvincing, and the union between vehicle and tarmac almost felt detached. Despite these slight annoyances, we found Forza 3 to be an enjoyable yet frustratingly flawed experience. Turn 10 are back on the circuit with the aptly named Forza Motorsport 4, their latest addition in their quest to provide an unbeatable racing simulator for the Xbox 360. And after burning copious amounts of rubber, skidding around the world's most prestigious racetracks at breakneck speeds, whilst mastering the nuances of fabulous supercars that we were never able to really afford, it's abundantly clear that Forza Motorsport 4 is the strongest iteration of the franchise to date. From the presentation to the simulation itself, Turn 10 have refined and expanded on the strong foundations of its predecessor. Cleverly, the game has partnered with the man and television series synonymous with automobiles, Top Gear's Jeremy Clarkson.
We're told to think of economy and the environment, not excitement and enjoyment.
The game begins with a celebratory lap around one of Forza 4's new tracks, which is located in the beautiful Bernese Alps. It's immediately apparent that the scenery, environments, and the tracks themselves have received an incremental upgrade, complemented by an all-new impressive lighting engine. The cars themselves are gorgeously rendered, with the interiors benefiting greatly from a change of perspective and graphical aesthetic. Every dial, vent, and upholstery is accurately recreated, making the cockpit view a surreal and obvious choice for racing enthusiasts. The new Auto Vista mode allows you to inspect every inch of some of the world's most desirable cars, even letting you sit inside the driver's seat. During your celebratory lap, every assist is enabled, including auto braking, so it's essentially nothing more than a simulated coast. It's comforting to know that beginners and less experienced drivers will be able to enjoy the Forza package, though for the purists, the game squeals to life once the driving assists are disabled. And yes, you can finally disable the rewind feature. Complementing the improved driving mechanics is genuinely competitive opposition. Your opponents are now a pleasure to face, human enough to misjudge corners and reckless enough to take risks to win. The storefront and auction house return, allowing players to buy cars, designs, tuning setups, and more. Friends can form a club in which they can share cars in an online garage. Some of the designs that the community creates are simply spectacular, and there's a real sense of social integration interwoven throughout the game. The company have improved almost every aspect of the experience. There's tinkering, tweaks, customization options at the plenty, a more structured career mode, and a brilliant use of the Top Gear license. New modes include 1v1, where you have to race an opponent through traffic, Top Gear challenges, knock down giant pins to beat a target score on the Top Gear track, multi-class races, and a dramatically improved reward system. Rather than being presented with a phenomenal car after each driver level, Forza 4 gifts categories of cars. It's a more varied and fundamentally better way of rewarding the player. The addictive experience system from Forza 3 returns, with each race offering different bonuses, like extra credits, affinity points, or driver experience. A few minor discrepancies still remain, such as the odd black hole, which can completely stop your vehicle dead if you veer off the track. Damage, though influential to the performance of your car, is still merely a selection of pre-programmed dents and scrapes. Generating funds from selling obsolete cars in your garage isn't an option, as resale prices are almost worthless. Perhaps the biggest disappointment is the lack of variable weather types. Forza Motorsport 4 is the definitive racing simulator not only for the Xbox 360, but arguably for this generation. With its unmatched selection of cars to its creative community, Forza is bound to entertain the casual and the most dedicated car fanatics. The simulation is realistic and rewarding, complemented by the opposing intelligent AI. The game will provide hours of entertainment thanks to a rich online suite, strong DLC support, and hundreds of races to complete. Whether you're a Sunday driver or a budding Jeremy Clarkson, Turn 10 have delivered a comprehensive platform for newcomers and veterans alike. Refined, improved, expanded. Give it a spin.